Hey guys, it's me once again, Untitled Dragons, and today I was thinking we might as well hop right back into Legends of Runeterra, since I only have done one video on this so far, and the last one was more just a general thing, and I didn't actually show you the game itself, so today I actually want to go in and play around and show you guys just what happens when you play around in Legends of Runeterra. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So you just go to play. So then you can choose any of the decks that you've made. And so today I actually just built this deck and I think it's really cool. I've only played it once so far, so that would be cool if I play it with you guys. And so it's my Ascended deck. So when you go to click it, you can choose um, a board. And I actually bought, this is the normal board, and I bought these three. But this one's actually for Shreema and the Ascended, so it works perfectly for this. And you can choose a Guardian. This is the normal one, and then I got these two from Special, I did something. I think I got this one just because I was in the beta, and I can't remember how I got this one, and I just bought this one because I think it's way cooler. And the card back, I bought this card back, and I earned these two. But this one's just the coolest as far as this goes. And there are emotes, which I almost always forget to use, so I'm not going to do those. And I will be playing against the bot, because that's actually what I enjoy doing the most, because then I don't have to get frustrated or anything. And actually, they've actually upgraded the bots so that they're actually quite strong. So they can actually still sometimes lose. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So you just gotta click play, and then we'll hop right into the game. So this is just a loading screen. The loading screen changes based on which map you're on. See, as you can see on the other side, we've got Bilgewater, so it's got a different map. Okay, so then it shows you the champions, and then what happens is you got your first hand. So it'll show you the cards you have, and you can actually replace all the ones you don't really want to use. And since the start of the game, I always like to get rid of all the cards that cost too much. So usually anything that's 4 or higher, just go ahead and replace those and hope for something that costs less. 2 is fine, so we'll just keep that one. And you just click OK. And wow, okay, that's a little bit better. Not much better, but we'll just hope that we get some other stuff. Okay, so then we draw a card at the start of each round. And then, okay, let's go real quick, just explain something. So here's the board. This is my board that I've bought. And this is where your deck is. This is your Guardian, which really isn't much of anything. It's not really important. I mean, you can rub him. Any little dragon, if you keep rubbing him, he'll do a cool little animation where he goes like that. Besides that, we've got our life, so 20, and the opponent's life at 20. And we've got the board down here. And then you'll see soon when you go to attack, you'll be placing them on here. It's kind of like the attack board, this part in the middle. And this is what you've played. And this is your hand. So the cards you have in your hand at the moment. And like you saw, at the start of each round, you get to pull a card. And so, if you see this, this is the attack token. So whoever has the attack token, each round gets to play the first card. And also, they get to attack on that round. Otherwise, you don't get to attack. So, they got to start, the opponent got to start, or the bot. And so they played their first card that cost 1. And you can see here how much mana you have. I do believe it's called mana in this game. In order to cast your card. And in each round you get 1 more. So in the first round you get 1. Second round you get 2. Second round you have 3. But it doesn't stay. So anything that's here will go away and then get how much whatever. And then eventually you'll hit 10. And each round you'll just get 10. And then here is spell mana. So any of the mana you don't use, up to 3, in 1 round will be stored down here next round. But you can only cast spells using those. So for instance, this guy is it's called a unit in this game. It can't be cast that way. But if I have, for instance, this one, which is a spell, you can tell by the look of the art. If it's like a box around it, then it's a unit. And then if it's got more of a circle-y looking thing, then that's a spell. And those can be used. So as you can see, it's really nice, but it highlights in blue. It's a little hard to see, but it highlights the cards in blue that you can actually play this round. So this is the only one that costs 1. As you can see the card up here. And so yeah. Also, if you right click, you can actually look at the card more and read it much easier that way. So if I want to say, you can also do the opponent's cards. So you can left click it. And if it's got any special cards that are attached to it or abilities, you can also see what that is. It's really helpful. Like I said, this game is very conducive to learning how the game works. So we'll just go ahead and play this card. I think for now I won't explain exactly what my cards do because I think each card is their own thing. I will. How about I'm gonna click it and I'll show it up each time so you can read it just briefly. So I'll just leave it up there for a little bit. You guys can do that, and I'll even hover over. When you hover over certain parts, it'll explain. So I'll just do that real quick on each card as far when I go, so you guys can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. I'll just read it out. So landmarks take up a space on the board, but they can't attack, block, or take damage. Here's the name, Buried Sundisk, and so at the start of the game, I get to draw one of these if all my cards are from Shariba, or this area, and they are, so I drew at the very start of the game. And then it's got this thing called Countdown. So at the start, when I first play it, it's got a certain amount of countdown. And then the next turn, it'll count down by 1, and when it hits 0, it'll do its effect and be destroyed. So when I do that, it restores the Sundisk, which in this case, champions, which usually you get to a certain point and you can flip them and become more stronger. They only flip once. Shuriman ascended champions will actually flip a third time when you get this to restore the Sundisk. And as you can see here, whenever an ascended champion levels up that first time, it'll actually advance this 10 rounds. So it'll bring the number down 10 times. And that'll obviously get you much closer. It's a really cool deck. So I'll go ahead and play that card. And you can see it hit 25. So now, because it was their turn, they got to attack. And I had no blockers. And so it automatically, also you can see it automatically goes the turns if you can't cast anything. I do believe this, actually no, I think it does that for even when you're not against the AI. Or the bot, however you want to say it. But yeah, it'll just flip the turns for you. And as you saw, they put their champion, their card up, their unit, and then it attacked. And I had no blocker, so it didn't give me the option to put anyone to block. And now, as you see, the round ended because neither of us could do anything more. And so now I've got the attack token, and I get to cast something first. Also, just so you guys, so this is what the person is, the opponent. This is their damage, 1. This is their life, 2. And then her ability is just whenever you attack, you get to deal 1 to the enemy nexus. And that's why she did 1 damage from that, and then 1 damage from her attack. So I was brought down to 18. Okay, so as you can see, the only other card I have that I can cast this round is this one. Unfortunately, I don't have any units I can cast, which is kind of unfortunate. But I do have this. So this is actually another landmark. And this one called Emperor's Deus, and then whenever allies attack, a sand soldier is summoned along with them. And so this is what a sand soldier is. So I get one of these every time my guys attack. So it's 1 damage, 1 life. It's got ephemeral, which means once it dies or when the round ends, it goes away. So it's perfect for just attacking against the damage. And if it actually hits the nexus, it'll do 1 extra damage. So it's really nice. So we're playing that guy. Seeing what the opponents will do. Okay, so he played this guy. Costs 2 damage, 1 life. And whenever you draw an enemy card, which is this thing called Nab, they reduce its cost by 1. So this is helpful for the decks that do more of that. Obviously, there's going to be synergies in cards and such. And then while I was looking at that, it flipped the turns because no one else could play anything. They got the attack token. They got to attack. They got to play a card first, and they played the exact same card. So now they have 2. So now it's my turn, and I drew another card. And now I've got 3 cards I can cast. So now I have to choose. This is always one of the big things, of course. What do you want to play? So let's just look real quick through what we got. So we've got this guy. For 3 is a 3/4, 3 damage, 4 life, which is actually really nice. And when I cast him, I get to advance my my Buried Sundisk by 3 rounds, which is really nice because I want to keep getting that down. Or I can cast this guy, which at 1/6, and if at the start of every round, if I've got a champion or I've leveled up a champion, I can heal my champions and nexus by 2, which is really helpful. But at the moment, I don't have any champions, so not as helpful. But it does have a lot of health, so that'd be really nice for blocking the opponents. And then we've got this one, which is actually a spell. It's a burst spell, meaning I can cast it. I'll just hover it. I can do them instantaneously, and the enemy doesn't have a chance to cast a card in response. So usually when you cast a spell, they'll have a chance to respond with their own spell. So if it's a fast spell, that happens, it's got a little boot, a winged boot, And then slow spells are the ones that are slowest, which practically are just like casting units. They take the whole turn. Your whole turn in that round. Anyway, this is not as helpful because I'll only get a sand soldier and it'll just go away. So I'm going to want to cast this guy or this guy. And since I don't have my champions, I don't really see the point in casting this one, even though it is a nice blocker, because this one can block just as well. So I'll be casting this guy. Oh, and if you saw the little thing that popped up, if you actually... Okay, well, let me just finish this round here and then we'll see. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so he played this guy, costs 1, so 1, 2, and when he's summoned, he gets to draw 1 next round and give it fleeting, which means it'll just go away. So the only ones that actually have... So all these three have effects that keep going. And since this one's really annoying at the moment, because every time they attack, they do damage, I'm going to block that guy. Even though I'll take more damage, it's only 1 more damage in the end, so it'll be worth it. Also, there's this little eye thing here, and if you hover over it, you'll see how much damage you'll take. So I'll just block that. And what was I trying to say just a minute ago? Oh yes, you saw the little thing level up. So if you click the champ thing, you actually see the champions I have in the deck. And so if I left click, I can show you a quick the champion. So this one levels up because he levels up once you've summoned 10 units. And I just summoned 1 unit, so that brought it up by 1. Okay, so now it's my turn. And I've got 4 mana. So let's see. So now I can cast this. Grant allied sand soldiers everywhere +1/+0, which means whenever I summon one of these, they'll always be 1 stronger. So they'll have 2. Will be 2/1. So 2 damage 1 from now on in the game. And then I'll get 2, which is quite nice. But since they'll just go away at the end of the turn, and I need some blockers, I don't think that's such a good idea. Then we've got this one, which is 3/5 for 4, which is nice. More health. And then whenever I attack, I get another one. So that's really nice for right now. I'm probably going to cast this one. We'll see what else I got. Once again, we still have this one with no champion, so no, don't want to see. I actually drew another one, so I still don't want to cast that. And I still don't want to cast this. And this one only works really once you've leveled the champion, so there's no point in playing that one. So I'm going to play this guy. That might have been a little fast. I'll try and go a little slower next time. Just to explain this one again. Costs 4. I've got 4. 3 damage, 5 health. And whenever the ability attacks, just whenever it attacks, I get another one of these guys. So it'll be perfect. So we'll just throw that guy in. So his was Yordle Grifters. 4 for a 3/3, and then Allegiance. So that means if you can just read here. So if the next card in the deck has the same region, so in this case Bilgewater, then he'll be able to nab, which is to draw 1 card from my deck, and then he gets a warning shot, which is this card, which you can see. I can actually see the card because it explains specifically that he got the card, so I can actually see that card in their hand. Okay, so since he is a 3/3 and he can do 3 damage, I'm not going to want to attack with this guy because he'll just die. I'd rather keep him as a blocker, but it won't kill this guy, so I'll definitely attack with this one. And then it'll create 1 because that's the ability, and then this one will create another 1 because of this. So that'll just knock them down a little bit, which is nice. Also though, it summons more guys, so this levels up quicker. Okay, so he's going to play another one of those. Oh, that's annoying. He keeps drawing my cards. It's so annoying. But it is what it is. Okay, so I just drew this guy. He's actually quite strong. And whenever I summon an ally, I get to give it +2/+0 this round, which works perfectly when you summon all those sand soldiers. So I'm probably just going to cast that one. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Also, it's a great blocker. See, so now he just cast one of my own guys, which is like, always annoying. But there's not much I can do. So I'm going to want to get rid of all of those 2 for sure, because they keep having a... Also, you can see if it's got a little electrocute looking sign here, that it's got something that's keeps happening. So you always want to try and get rid of those guys because they usually have something. All the other ones they were played, they had their ability, and now they're just cards. But these are ones that have something that keeps continuing. So you want to try and get rid of those guys. So, and then I'm going to want to get rid of these guys because they just do the most damage. Okay. They're playing a lot of cards. Okay, this card is actually in here just to have a placeholder because there are a couple cards that don't have. So this one's actually not really doesn't really work in my deck. So I'm not going to worry about that one at all. And let's see, what should I play? I think I'm going to play this one because the problem is if I play this card, I'm going to summon 2 Sand Soldiers, and then I'll only have 1 room, so it won't get the full effect. I'll only get 1 instead of 2, because there's no more room on the board. You can only have 6 things, or 6 units. So I won't get the full effect from this. Actually, you know what? Let's just play this then, because I will get 1. So let's do it. We're gonna guess this one. So we'll get 1 Sand Soldier, and then I can go ahead and attack with those. Let's see, actually, maybe I don't want to attack with him. This is a hard choice. Because they can kill, but they can only kill 1. I'm not going to attack this guy, actually. And let's see if can I cast this. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it goes away. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I wasn't actually sure about that. I'd never tried that before. Perfect, so now I'll get rid of practically all their cards. Oh. That's unfortunate. Oh, I actually still get rid of all their cards. Perfect. At this point, though, I'm treading a very fine line because I only got 3 health and they still have 17. Okie dokie. Oh, yes! Perfect. Oh, what's this? Oh, no way! Oh, that's really bad. I think I just lost. No, I didn't. Okay, I can cast this. Perfect. Because if I had just been able to cast 1, then I would have lost because they have enough to kill me. But by casting this card, now I can get 2 guys. Phew, that's really close. See, like I said, the AI is actually pretty strong. Draw a random non-champion enemy hand. That is really annoying. Okay. That's not too bad, though. Now I can cast him, and I get to level. So cool. Whenever you level someone up, you get this super cool animations. And so now I've leveled up my champion, which is perfect, and I will knock this down by 10. So I'm super close to doing this now, which is great. And now I've leveled a champion, so all these things will keep happening. So I'm definitely going to cast these. Alright, just so you guys know, what happened was, let me show you Azir. So, this is Azir basic. Whenever I attack, you get another Sand Soldier. So it's just like the other one, just like the landmark I cast. But now that he's leveled up, he has an extra ability, which is that whenever I summon an ally, he gets Swamp of 0, so 1 more damage this round, as well as the person I just summoned. So now I've got some seriously powerful cards, and we're gonna just whack at them. Yeah, I think we've got the cat in the bag. Ah, yes, that's so amazing. I actually never got to play this card last time. So, at the start of the round, it healed my Nexus by 2, because I leveled champion, and it healed the champion, which is so powerful. So what do I want to play? None of these are really that helpful, so I think I'm actually just not going to play anything, because it'll take a spot. But none of these are really helpful, so I'd rather see what I get next round, and then hopefully cast that instead. Oh, yikes. Oh, no, he didn't get it. Oh, thank God. This card is so powerful. I've only seen it like once. But Plunder is, if you've dealt damage to the opponent's Nexus this round, it'll make this effect, and it's so powerful. You cast Cannon Barrage 6 times on randomly Nara, and you deal 2 to someone 6 times. It's so insanely powerful. Thankfully, he couldn't use the effect. Okay, that's not very helpful. Okay. I think I'll just cast this then. So what I did was I cast this guy, which I can grant a certain ally, which I chose one enemy. The only enemy they had was that one guy, so I can only choose that guy. And it gives them 1 less damage this round, and vulnerable, which means I can choose when I attack who will take him down. So since this guy's pretty useless besides that ability, I'll just go ahead and do that. And I've won the game. I could keep going through the game a little bit longer, but since I just don't want to waste too much of your guys' time, I'll just go with this. But you can see I only had 3 more turns away, and then I was going to level this up, and then he's going to level up 1 more time, which no other champion can do besides the Ascended, which there are only 3, and I have them all in this deck, and they are Azir, Nasus, and Renekton. And so if you were to level up again, he would become this guy. And literally, this is so cool, but your entire deck gets replaced with a deck of cards that you can't actually put in a normal deck. They only get these cards when you level him up for the turn, for this game, or this game that you're just playing at the moment. And it's so cool. You get a bunch of cards that are like seriously overpowered. Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack and end this one. The opponent will just try and do a little something, but it won't do anything because that's just the AI. And that's that. And so that's a round in Legends of Runeterra. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about how the game works or anything like that, feel free to totally drop that down in the comments. And yeah, have a great one.